Welcome back to another video. Going to do some pruning on this little Cotoneaster. He is little, he's tiny, he's like not much thicker than my, well, finger, I suppose. But I love this little tree. I fell in love with it when I first saw it at Devon Bonsai. Whoever worked on it before, I think Neil did some pruning on it down there, Ned. But yeah, they did a really good job, and I have kind of let it go a little bit this year because I just wanted to see what it was doing, strong points and weak points. It's fairly well balanced. It's a bit heavy on one side, but I've had a quick look at the top part here, and it's a bit cluttered. So I think what we'll do is when we do the pruning, we'll look at these areas and just deal with the heaviness one side. It's not going to be a lot of pruning doing to it because obviously I want to keep the tree strong, but from different, it's not three-dimensional quite yet. I mean, it's got body and width, but it loses its shape. You see from this angle where the apex is coming up, it's very straight from that point, and it's quite heavy on the end. So I think we'll tackle that, reduce it down just to create better back budding and ramification. It just needs a little bit of TLC. The branches are all in the right position, but I don't think the trunk is. I think it needs to lean back slightly. The apex is already forward quite a way, and if you look at this branch here, it looks all right, but I think it needs to be brought down again with this one. So I think just by tilting it in the future, not a lot, something like that, that'll add to the three-dimensional look that I want to get. If we go back to the front and we just tilt it back, there we go, it opens it up. I know the camera's a little bit elevated, but it's not going to change the actual front view as much. You can see I'll just carry on beyond the point. So I think that'll help just by changing that. It looks pretty good all round. I mean, it's a lovely little tree. I do love it. It's a bit heavy on the end here, but that's the whole idea of this pruning exercise. I've done a load of these in the last couple of weeks, and I've left this one because of the colours. I love this time of year. I mean, the transition of colour in these leaves is that's amazing. Even the ones that have gone very dark and black, it's got that very rusty look. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And they look so good under the tree after they've fallen. It's a proper autumn scene. Yeah, beautiful. So I think we'll just take this easy. There's no rush. It's a Sunday, so it's nice and chill today. Nothing crazy is going to happen. It's just going to be a nice relaxing look through and just do a bit of pruning. What I'm going to try and do is bring the camera in a bit closer so you can see more of the detailing of the branch structure and all these tertiary ones. But yeah, just trying to give you a little bit more of an insight on what I'm doing. It's something that I'm trying to get better at, is the filming. I'm no professional with a camera, and the camera, I'm not actually using a camera, I'm just using my phone. So it is difficult to do things and kind of rely on the camera to do the work, which it does wonderfully. Technology is wonderful, but I get too engrossed and too carried away pruning or doing whatever I'm doing. I forget what you guys are seeing because of the camera. Obviously I've got to step behind the camera to see what you're seeing, and I do. I'm in my own little world, I'll be honest with you. So I need to be more aware of what you guys are seeing whilst I'm doing it. And yeah, looking at a little bit more detail, I think it adds a little bit more interest into the video. And yeah, hopefully if you want to take any notice of me, hopefully you'll pick up a few tips. We've got this long one. Now I'm going to immediately take that off, but to the first leaf. Well, I don't think actually it is the first leaf. I think that one is. So it will probably divide on the end, but at the same time it will create back budding and hopefully more down here. So I think all we're going to do is just nip the ends off on this one. This one here is very high. It's growing up. You can just tilt this. You see shooting up in the air. So immediately I think that one's a goner. We'll keep it down here so you've still got 2 leaves down here. So if it shoots out, hopefully we'll have a choice of filling this gap again. We're going to nip, just take that leaf off. We're going to nip the end of that one. We don't need that as long. We've got 2 leaves here, well 3. So hopefully that will shoot out, fill this area. I think that's about it on that. As I say, we're not going to do anything crazy. There's a nice berry there. Nice berry. Keep that one on. Keep that one on. We'll just get rid of these little dead bits. Just tidy it up a little bit. There we go. So not a lot done to that one. I think we'll move round to the next branch up, which is this one. Again, it's quite busy from just off the trunk, which is good. Because eventually this will all get too thick, and what we want is divisions back here, and then I can cut back all this thickness off and then rely on these smaller ones. But at the minute, again, I'm going to leave it because it looks nice. As I say, there's always a compromise when you prune, and I could just do it and go, okay, I'll come back in the summer and see what happens. But I want the tree to look nice for the minute. So we've got one here shooting up. You see this? Let's adjust the camera. You see that one? This one here, he's shooting straight up. So immediately we'll take that one off. We got one there going up. We'll take that one off. Again with this one here, you see him. He's going up and he's going back. So we get rid of that one, and there's one there that's going up. Underneath's pretty good. I did prune this one a little bit when I first got it, and it was just tidying up the underside. So I know underneath isn't too bad. He's a bit heavy on this area, a little bit heavy, so I think I will take him back. He's a bit heavy, isn't he? Like that. Quite possibly take that one, but I'll leave that one for a minute because I'll lose the length on this, and I know the front view is relying on this to be longer. Okay, next branch. Right, this one, you see, right, immediately this one here is too long, so we'll take it back to there. We'll take that one back to there, there, and there. Right, he's good. Right, this one here, now this one's, yeah, an interesting one. So immediately your eye's drawn to this. It's very heavy end. It's all got a bit clumpy. It's off of this branch, so you've still got this side. Yeah, we don't need that. It's just getting too heavy. See the size of that? Okay. This one is growing up, but I think for the minute we'll just reduce it down to the first 2 leaves. We might get something coming down. That one's going up. Definitely don't need that. There's a few in here actually. This one here, if you can see this one. This one here is crossing. See, he's crossing. He's going on the inside. So we'll get rid of that one. Get rid of the dead. Okay, this one again is crossing. I'm going to try and get away with not wiring this one. I think you can with Cotoneasters because they do shoot out nice angles. As long as you directional prune, you can get good results without using too much wire. It has been wired in the past. I can see some scarring. It's not a problem. Not a problem. We've got one coming up here and it does look a bit, he's got a new shoot on it. I don't think we need that one. Look under there. No, we'll get rid of that one. We have got a leaf under, so we might have a bit of a growth spurt in there. This one's going up again. We'll just nip the end off. Take the dead off the end. Lose a few leaves. One in there as well. I missed that one. Okay, looking good. Right, I think we'll work our way round. This one might actually benefit a bit of wire, to be fair. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of crossing going on in here. Bit of crossing. So this might benefit a little bit of wire. I think what we'll do is we'll just have a look at the end, see what's happening. It's quite busy at the end. We'll just nip him. Nip that one. And that one. Get rid of this dead. Okay, yeah, I think that might benefit a little bit of wire on it, to be honest. Not a problem. Okay, so next one, I reckon up the top here, you can see it's quite busy all up round here. Quite busy. So let's have a look in here. Now obviously Cotoneasters, they do go a bit crazy on the tops. This is where a lot of the energy goes. This one here, we'll just take him back. Again, he might benefit from a bit of wire. This one's going up, don't need that. And this one's shooting out. He's quite heavy on the end there. Might, if I just get rid of that one, he opens it up a bit. Right, and this one's going up. The elevation difference between this and this part of the branch is quite a bit. You can see in there from an underside view. So I think we'll shorten him back straight away, because he is getting a little bit clustered with this side. Okay, right. Now obviously this one needs to go, and there's one under. We've got one growing out here, this little one, which is opposite this branch. We don't want that strengthening up. Get rid of that. This one's going up, but he got a leaf down here, hasn't he? We'll just take that one off. Okay. And this one's going up, so we just take that off. Right, pretty good. So these colours on these leaves, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's one leaf here, this little baby down here. It's like a bramley apple colour. Absolutely stunning. Amazing. Okay, right. I think we're about there on the lower branches. What I'll do now is I'll change the angle of the camera so you can see in between the branches a little bit better. At the minute we're kind of looking down on it, as you can see. But we haven't done an awful lot. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll bring it back to the original front. It's good. It is good. And it's still heavy this side, but we haven't got in there yet. We haven't looked at the actual infrastructure, so to speak. So that was just a bit of basic pruning. I'm going to get rid of that one. You can see he's crossing. Okay, right. I'll readjust and we'll do exactly the same process, but we'll come in. You can see it a little bit better. Right. I think we'll look at this side first, because this is a lot more sparse. It's a lot heavier this side. We'll work on this side, and then whatever we do this side, we want to try and balance to this side, if that makes sense. So first off, we need to take these upward growing branches off. This one's very heavy on the end, very heavy. It's got very clumpy. Take him out. It's gone very clumpy and heavy. He's pretty good, but he's quite far in, but I'll leave that one. This back one here, we've got one coming up, which we can get rid. There's one there, we can get rid, he's going up. There's a bit of crossing going on with this next branch here to the left. We'll just shorten that one back, just so we can see what we're doing on this one for the minute. I think all in all this is pretty good. It is getting quite heavy and clumpy here, so we'll take that top one off, and then all we'll do is we'll just nip the ends. Pretty good. He's going up a bit, he's going a bit crazy. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Right, now that I've done that, I think we'll work on the other side, because there's not a lot more I can do really that side, apart from what we do at the apex. So we'll deal with this area in here now. I don't know if you can see inside. Let me zoom in. So in here, there's 3 branches that are coming out near enough the same point, just in this area. It's very busy around this part of the trunk, which you don't want, because it's started to get really nice taper from the base, from the nabari up. It's started to get really nice taper to the top of the apex, and we'll lose that if we have too much in one area. If you look at the thickness down there, it does start to taper off quite nicely towards the top, but we'll lose that. There'll be a really heavy area in there. You'll have loads of whorls coming on. So I think what we'll do is we'll just, if I bring you back in, you might not be able to see it that well because the leaves are covering, but we can have more of a detailed look after I've done this. So there's 2 branches here, this lower one and this higher one. They're coming out on the same part of the trunk, and this one. So this one I quite like because he's small. He's more in proportion to the thickness of the trunk at the top. So it's all to do with taper. So I'm half tempted to get rid of these 2 off of this and just keep this one. But having said that, I'll lose the shape, and by the time this one fills out this gap that we've created by chopping these 2 off, this will eventually be the same thickness as this anyway. So we won't really be gaining anything. So what we'll do is we'll just take this back. We'll just shorten it back. But first, we're going to take away this higher one. He's gone. He's a goner, as they say. Right, let's just zoom back out. So straight away, it's lightened it up already just by taking that out. Which one was it? That one. It's looking a lot lighter in this area. It's not as heavy. And I think by the time we take the upward growing ones out and nip the ends, it will look totally different. So if we just come in and we'll take that one out, we don't need that one, and we don't need that one, the one that we were just talking about, replacing the other 2. Get rid of him, a bit dead on that. He's coming down, we don't need that one in there. Okay, right. See how it's lightening it up straight away. It's more balanced. So eventually, when the tree is in a better position, and something like that, Now this one, he's growing up, he is, but this will be my apex. I know this is the leader, and eventually it will carry on growing and we'll remove these ones. But in a minute, this will add to the apex. It's going to be quite a, I want it quite a rounded, solid apex. Almost bush-like, because I think a tree this size, it's difficult to get spaces. You're only relying on the 3 layers. So 1, 2, 3 for your definitions. The rest of it will be just one heavy apex. So I think first off, we're going to reduce this. We are going to cut down the apex. It's too straight and too heavy, and it adds and creates taper. I'm not going to bring it too far down because I want this to fill out, really get a heavy thickness to it. So he's looking a bit sparse at the minute, but it won't take long. A couple of years. You can see how straight it is. And once these start multiplying in here, we can then reduce this down on this one. So all in all, there ain't a lot to be done to this tree. It was just a basic prune. But as I say, you've got to have a balance. I could have taken it back to doubles, brought it right back into the structure of the tree, but I want to appreciate this tree. I don't want to do too much to it. And we can always remove things later on. Let's clear that out. So I think we're almost there, really. I'm not going to repot it. I'm not going to change the position yet. I'll probably do that next year in the spring, because obviously then it will start growing, and I want the tree to be in its not final position, but certainly in a better position in a pot, so when it carries on growing, things will grow accordingly. And so I don't want to put too much wire on this, but as you can see, it's looking a lot more balanced, and there isn't a lot I've taken off. Yeah, beautiful little tree. Yeah, well done, Neil, or Ed. Ed might have styled this or pruned it. I know Ed does a lot of the pruning and styling. When you go into Devon Bonsai, you walk in, they're very often there at the counter, snipping away. Very familiar sound, as I say. Yeah, so there we go. Right, I think we're there. So I will just do a couple of nice relaxing shots now of the tree in different positions, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the next couple of minutes of the video, and see you on the next one. I haven't done anything for a couple of days because I've been waiting for maples to drop their leaves. It's been so mild lately, but I will do it. The palmatum and the septum are ready to go. I can do a pruning session on them, but I'm going to do it outside because they're big old trees, and it's better when you're outside. I like being in the garden. And I've done some videoing on the Tanuki project, which will be coming out shortly. For those of you who've seen a couple of my videos, I do a few Tanuki styles, and I showed a couple of bits of deadwood in one video. Anyway, I've started to prep it, and I've started to film what I'm doing, and because it's a messy job and there's a lot of prepping and messing about, I thought I'd do it in stages and then put it all together and then deliver the video all in one. And yeah, I was going to do it weekly, but that's not my style. I like to knock out a video start to finish. I have got a couple of videos that are broken up, but they're mainly just catch-ups. But yeah, it'd be quite interesting. I'm excited about it. And it's yeah, it's something I really want to show people, that it is really easy to do, and you can, it's so amazing the way that things turn out immediately. It is, it's just, yeah, you have almost an immediate bonsai that looks aged, and I don't know, it's pure art, pure art form, I think. So yeah, look forward to that. Right, I'll stop bumbling on, and yeah, just enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks guys, take care.